What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Tuesday edition. I cannot believe it, but it is already July 1st. We are almost halfway done with the MLB season. And if you guys know anything, you know that we absolutely love being halfway done. Why? Because it means we're one step closer to NFL. And you guys know we absolutely love NFL. We do a lot of things with the NFL. So if you're new to the channel, you've probably already seen the length of this video. It's a longer video, and that is because we go through every single game. We look at all the pitchers, the batters, historical matchups, everything. We're going to use Outlier to do that. You can sign up with our free link down below. You go through 7-day free trial with their premium package. You can sign up after 7 days for their normal package. We're going to give you a free week of FTA Plus. If you sign up for their premium package after that 7 days, we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus on top of everything. So we're going to use them. We're going to go through the games. We're going to look at the pitchers. We're going to break the pitching down. And then we're going to give you our top 3 to maybe 5 players on each team in each game. So new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button so you can see everything we bring to the table for you. We try to have giveaways every single day. Here's how you win. First way to win, like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on this video. You do all 3 of those, and this video right here gets at least 50 likes. You will have a shot at a free week of FTA Plus. 100 likes on this video, a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Now, that is a pass. Those are all passes to all sports that we currently do. So it's not just MLB. That includes MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA. That being said, you can also check us out for $10 a week, $30 a month, which is $1 a day, basically. So that being said, we are going to see who the winner or winners are from yesterday's video. The second way to win, somewhere in the video, there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Type it in and have a second shot at a free week. So even if the keyword from yesterday is in this first comment, we're still going to re-roll it for the comment. So this is just for getting a minimum of 50 likes. The winner from the views is Walking Miracles 9706. Stack New York Yankees and Rogers Center was the comment from Monday. So congratulations. Please email me. The email is in the description of this video, but it also is dfshelp1@gmail.com. In that subject line, say you are the 630 video views winner. And if you have a username on our website, type that in. If you do not have a username for FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, I just need a username, an email, and a password sent to me, and I will set you up for your free pass. So congratulations. Now we are going to re-roll it. Yesterday's keyword was coffee, so it is obviously not in that comment there. And had you, this is where I can tell you, had you put that keyword in your one comment here, you would have won it right there. But that's why I tell everyone, wait to comment, get that keyword, put it, make sure it's in that comment for you. But do not spam the comments because YouTube will remove spammed comments on their own. So there you go. Winner is, I don't know how you say that name. Chin E Dunriagu. I probably messed that up. Congratulations. I think this is I believe this is the first time you've won. If it is, congratulations. Hit that like button. Let me know down below that you saw it, and then please email me with a subject line 630 video keyword winner. Let me know your username, email, and password for our website if you do not already have one, and then we will get you set up. So congratulations to both of you. So that's as easy as it is. That's it. We're going to break the games down. After that, we're going to go over all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 sims. So every time before we do a video, we do 10,000 simulations in the background, and that's what we get for our first look here. After that, we're going to do our Pitches Be Crazy segment, and then followed by our Makin Bacon bets for you sports betting gurus and geeks out there. I know you guys want a sports bet, and we've got some of them. So we're going to go over them, and we're going to try to have some fun with it. So we do have a 5-game earlier slate. So the main game, or the main slate, is 10 games. We got 5 early. So we don't have a DraftKings one for it, but we do have right here Outlier. And this is why we love Outlier, and we're going to break it down and show you exactly what I mean. So that being said, if you need to take notes, if you guys want to help out the channel and you can't donate money or you can't sign up for FTA Plus, watching the videos multiple times a day, clicking on them, engaging with the videos, all of that helps us out. If you can watch a minimum of 10 minutes for watch time, that helps us out even more. So that being said, if you do want to help out the channel, please, please, please feel free to do so. So as you can see, we've got Max Fried versus Kevin Gausman, Yankees visiting the Blue Jays. Gausman has already faced them once this year, did not do well. Got lit up. You can see he had 20.25 earned runs per 9. low strikeouts per 9, walks, hits, and innings pitched. It was a disaster for him. Now, we look at that, and he's had good numbers in the past. In his career, 250 batting average against them. Obviously, being with Toronto, he was also with Baltimore, and I think he randomly was with San Francisco or something like that. I can't remember. But he's come back into the AL East, and he's been decent. He did get hit very hard against them this year. Fried, on the other hand, 1-0 record against him, went 6 innings, gave up no runs, walks were low, strikeouts were kind of low, but he had his way with them. I think that's kind of how it's going to go. I love Max Fried today. It's kind of the direction I want to go in. So if we're using a pitcher, I'm probably using Fried. And I'll let you guys know right now, I am wrong sometimes. I'm not always right. So this is a great first look, but we have so much more on the website. You go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We have our matchup tool. We have our Vegas odds. We have simulations, projections, cheat sheet. We've got it all for you. We do have optimal lineups to start a base point for you on the cheat sheet. So definitely make sure you check it out. So if we're just looking at the Yankees bats against Gausman in their career, Stanton, 318 batting average with 2 home runs. Got to make sure he's in there. Goldie has a home run, but he has been struggling lately. Judge has 3 home runs against him. Volpe does have 1 home run as well. If we dig a little bit deeper and see the Yankees bats against righties this year, Judge is batting 358 with 18 home runs. I definitely would look at him. Trent Grisham, 12 bombs. Dominguez, I hope he's in there. Got to get him everyday playing time. 277 batting average with 5 home runs. Ben Rice will be another one. Ben Rice, I don't know if he'll play. It just depends. If Stanton is out, Rice plays. Or if Goldie is out, Rice will play first. Or if Austin Wells and Ascar are out, Rice can catch. So he can find his way in this lineup. He's had great numbers. He's got double-digit home runs against righties. I'm okay with that. But another one I'm looking at, Jazz Chisholm. He's been absolutely on fire since coming off the IL a couple of weeks ago. So a full Yankee stack makes a ton of sense. I think the Yankees are going to be one of those teams early that I want to stack multiple different ways. So I'm going to have multiple different stacks with him. So I'm going to add in probably DJ LeMahieu. I'm going to add in a Bellinger in there as well. So see the lineup that comes out. It's kind of where I'd go in this situation. If you are going to go Fried, I don't like any of the Toronto bats right now. They haven't had success against him. Against lefties, like Ernie Clement batting 425, Guerrero batting 343, Miles Straw batting 299, Heineman batting 542. I don't love it. There's not a ton that I like there. I'd rather take Fried and go in the different direction of the Yankees instead of looking at Blue Jays or Kevin Gausman. So the second game, we got the Padres at the Phillies. Lines open up. Philly has 1.5 point favorites with an over-under of 8.5. And that's kind of what we're looking at here when we break it down. So looking at this, Christopher Sanchez going up against Nick Pivetta. Pivetta, 8-2 record right now, 3.36 ERA. Sanchez, 6-2 record, 2.79. Obviously been very good. So we kind of look at it. So San Diego bats against Sanchez. Iglesias has a home run, and Tatis has a home run. Those are the only 2 with home runs. Against lefties this year, we do look at this. Bogart's batting 279, so he's been decent. He should be under-owned. But it's kind of crazy to see Gavin Sheets and Tatis doing bad. Merrill batting 274, but he does hit righties better. Sanchez could be in a great spot here because, again, it's a lefty, and they don't hit lefties very well. So at the moment, through 10,000 sims, I don't really like San Diego right now. That could change once we go through everything else and look at 20,000. Philly bats against Pivetta. You got Trey Turner with a home run, Max Kepler with a home run. That is it. Against right-handed pitching this year, you can see that Real Muto batting 294, Bohm batting 283, Bryson Stott batting 249. Bryce Harper's probably in there. I don't know if they're going to ease him back. I don't know what they're going to do with him. But he would be another one that I would definitely look at. And then there's always, if he is out, you got Trey Turner, you got Nick Castellanos, Max Kepler. There are different directions you could go. Pitching-wise, I kind of think I like Christopher Sanchez just a little bit more than Nick Pivetta in this game. So third game, St. Louis at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Looking at this game, we do have Paul Skeens coming in. We obviously know how big of a stud he is. He's faced in the 1.5 years that he's been pitching. He's faced the Cardinals 97 plate appearances, held him up to a 217 batting average, 20.6 K percentage. Palante here, 72 plate appearances, 190. Obviously, I'm going Skeens here. We'd love to see him go deep into the game. He's actually 0-2 against them this year, and that is because the Pirates have not given him any run support. He hasn't done as well as you would like. His strikeouts are up against them, but his earned runs are 5.25 per 9, 12 innings pitched and 2 starts. So we're kind of seeing that. The Pirates, maybe they turned a corner this weekend when they put up 30-4 outscoring the Mets. Maybe they give him run support here. Obviously like them. If you were to go against him and you wanted to go a different direction, you could look at Arenado against him. He's got a home run. That is it. But Arenado's been day to day. We look against right-handed pitching. They do hit righties better. So if you are going against Skeens, like if you don't want to take him, you don't want to pay up, and you want to go Cardinal stack because it should go under-owned, Brendan Donovan makes a ton of sense at 345 batting average. Alec Burleson batting 312 with 8 bombs. I like those two. Depends. Like Thomas Segazy, I could see him being in there, a cheaper option for sure. Maybe Mason Wynn. I don't know. It just really depends on what's going to be out there. But obviously, we love Skeens a little bit more. And then Pittsburgh against Palante. Brian Reynolds has 2 home runs, but only batting 218. I'm assuming that's 2 for 17. Is 118 batting average against him. But against righties, though, this year, they are doing very well. Let's see. Has he faced them this year? He has not faced them this year. But against righties this year, I would look at Adam Frazier. I would look at Nick Gonzalez. I would look at O'Neal Cruz, be my top 3. You want a full stack against him, maybe a Brian Hayes, Spencer Horwitz. I'm okay with those. But to kind of reiterate, I'm looking more towards Skeens for obvious reasons in this matchup. Next game we've got the Minnesota Twins at the Miami Marlins. So obviously weather's not going to be a concern in this game. We got Joe Ryan, who's somehow never faced the Marlins before. He's obviously a stud pitcher, versus Edward Cabrera. In his career against the Twins, 28 plate appearances, 192. So really not seen much. But again, they've never faced him before. I'm going to give the advantage to Joe Ryan. If we look at Minnesota against Cabrera, Buxton does have a home run. He's been on fire when he's healthy this year, which he has. So I would look at Byron Buxton. I would look at Ty France. I'm probably looking at Trevor Larnach for my 3, but I'm also going a step further. I'm going to be stacking. So I'm going to add Ryan Jeffers to that list. And to be a little bit crazy and creative and a cheaper option, I'm going to put Cody Clemens in that same one. Only batting 212 against righties, but he does do better. He's got 9 home runs against righties. So I'm looking at Joe Ryan. I'm not looking at the Marlins. I am not looking at Edward Cabrera. And then we've got the Detroit Tigers at the Washington Nationals as the last game of the early slate on DraftKings. Looking at the Tigers at the Nationals, you got Trevor Williams coming in his career against Detroit, 28 plate appearances, 200 batting average. Then you've got Jack Flaherty coming in, 64 plate appearances, a 224 batting average. Now, looking at these, obviously Detroit has been unbelievable. I don't understand how they're doing what they're doing this year. It's great for them. Good luck. Good job if you're a Tigers fan. But Jack Flaherty's been a little bit iffy. Comes in with a 5-9 record, 4.80 ERA. Does have 100 strikeouts, but it is tied for 24th overall. His June, he had a 6.84 ERA in June. Okay. Not ideal, obviously. So we look at that. Obviously, he's not faced Washington this year. Looking at his numbers in his career, 64 plate appearances, so the equivalent of like 3 to 4 starts against them if he goes 6+ innings there. But he has struggled lately. Against the Athletics, he gave up 3 earned runs. Did pretty decent there. Against Tampa Bay, at Tampa Bay, gave up 8 earned runs. Again, you guys know Tampa Bay, that home ballpark for them this year is a minor league ballpark. The ball does fly out of there. Against Cincy, he gave up 7 earned runs at home. So he had 2 good starts to start June, and he kind of was sour at the end of June. So we look at that, and Washington, they can hit. So they can definitely hit. For this early slate, I'm not really looking at either of these pitchers. I'm looking at this, and I am good to go with other pitchers in the other games. We got 4 other games we can look at for pitching. So if I'm just looking at bats, obviously Detroit, they've really never seen him. It's one person, Javi Baez, has a home run. That is it. But against righties this year, if I'm taking 3 guys from Detroit, I'm looking at Riley Green, I'm looking at Kerry Carpenter. I'm probably going to take a gander at Dylan Dingler if he's in there for catching. I don't know if he will be, but he should be. Those would be my top 3. If I am stacking here, probably Winfield Perez is another one I'm looking at. Gleyber Torres is probably the 5th one for Detroit. Now, if we're going to stack against Flaherty, Keibert Ruiz, Josh Bell, both have home runs. But against righties this year, as long as he doesn't get automatically walked 4 times in a game, James Wood with 15 bombs batting over 283, I would take him. I would take Nate Lowe. those two. I would take CJ Abrams for my 3. Those would be the 3 bats for Washington right now through 10,000 sims that I feel comfortable. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. That's the early slate done. Those 5 games are out of the way, and we are ready to rock and roll for the main slate. So we got 10-game main slate going on. First game in Athletics at Tampa Bay. We do have weather concern. Seems like we have weather concern in this ballpark every single day. It is Florida. It rains, but it stops. Then it gets hot and humid. Then the ball flies out of it. So first game here, Sean Boz versus Jeffrey Springs. Again, I'm not, you guys know, if you're not new to the channel, this new interface is so bad. I hate it. But we look at this. The problem is this ballpark. But we look at Shane here, 4.37 ERA, 8-3 record, 86 strikeouts. So they are low. We look at his splits. He has not faced the Athletics this year. But when he pitches at home, he does have a 5.7 ERA. So we have stacked against him when he's been at home. He did give up 5 earned runs against Detroit at home. He did give up 3 earned runs there. So he's given up earned runs at home. And the Athletics, they can hit when they're on. So I'm probably avoiding him. Springs, on the other hand, you look at him. I look at his splits. He has not faced Tampa Bay this year. Only 10 plate appearances in his career, so not much. We look when he's pitching away, he does have a 3.98. That is because his home stadium is also a minor league ballpark. So you take all of that into account. It's kind of feeling like a little bit of the same. It's a minor league ballpark. The ball flies out of there. I personally am probably going to avoid the pitchers here and just go the bats. And that's exactly why we use outlier. We're going to look at the bats. We're going to look if they've done well against the opposing pitcher or if they've done well against the handedness of the pitcher. So looking at the Athletics against Boz, like no one's done anything against him, but against righties this year, they do hit righties better than lefties. So we look at that, and it makes sense. A Tyler Soderstrom with double-digit home runs, batting 272 against righties. I'm looking at him. Austin Wins, if he's starting catcher, 327 batting average against righties, 4 home runs. I like that. Nick Kurtz, 280 batting average, 11 bombs. Those would be my 3. If we are going to stack, I think there's going to be a ton of runs in this game. I'm looking at Lawrence Butler on top of it. I'm also looking at Jacob Wilson to go along with that. Tampa Bay against Springs, just like the other one, no one's done anything against him. They actually don't hit lefties as well. You got Caballero batting 258, does well. Danny Jansen batting 232. Josh Lowe batting 300, that's 10 for 30. So not a ton. Those would probably be the ones I'd look at. But if you are, maybe a Yandy Diaz or Junior Caminero, if you want to fully stack this game and not go with pitching, that's what I would go with in this game. Cincy at Boston has rain as well. You got Brady Singer versus Dick Fitz. You look at Singer, splits-wise, he's not faced Boston this year. In his career, 45 plate appearances, a 318 batting average. So not a ton, but they are definitely there. We look at that, and that's okay with me. You look at him on the road, he's got a 457. So he's actually been worse on the road. Boston does strike out the 3rd most out of any team today. But Singer has been pretty bad on the road. He's 8K. That does scare me a little bit considering he's only averaging 13.9. So DraftKings, you're looking, basically you have 2 pitchers. You're looking for 25 to 30 fantasy points on average for both of your pitchers on FanDuel, about 45 to 50. Game log wise, it's been kind of a rough road for him. I'm probably off Singer. And then you got Mr. Fitz. Okay. You've got him at 5,500. He's got a 4.68 ERA. He's never faced this team before. When he pitches at home, got a 10.29 ERA in 2 games started. That tells me everything I need to know. I'm avoiding the pitching in this one. I'm going with the bats yet again here. We do have other pitchers we like, but I'm going to go with the bats overall in this one because just kind of looking at it, don't love as many games as there are. There's not like a ton of pitchers like, oh, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know that. So if we are looking at Cincy bats against Fitz, they've never faced him before. Against righties, though, they absolutely kill it, especially in this ballpark. Give me all the Ellie De La Cruz. He's almost batting 300 against righties. Give me Cruz. Give me TJ Friedel. Give me Gavin Lux. Give me Encarnacio Strand. Give me Jose Trevino, batting 330 against righties this year. I like it all. I'm looking at a stack there. For sure looking at Cincy stack. And then Boston against Singer. No one's hit a home run, but against righties, they actually have been worse against righties. But I'm still looking at Rafaela. I'm still looking at Wilyer Abreu, Jaron Duran. Those are my top 3. Then you got Trevor Story at home. You've got Carlos Narvaez. I like that. I think it's a full game stack on both sides. Those would be my bats through 10,000 sims that I'm looking at right now. Another rain concern. There's so much rain concern early for these first few games here. Kind of unfortunate to see. But yeah, looking at that, what I like here, you got Freddie Peralta, you got Clay Holmes. So Peralta coming in, 70. This is a big pitcher's park. Rain being a concern, definitely watch it. But we do have a pitcher's park here for New York Mets, Citi Field. You've got Peralta, 75 plate appearances, a 143 batting average against the Mets in his career. You got Clay Holmes, on the other hand. You've got 13 plate appearances, 273. Obviously hasn't faced them a ton. You got Peralta coming in. We did use him his last game against Pittsburgh. Gave us 21.5. Unfortunately, he did give 3 earned runs up, but if he had not given those up, you're probably looking at about 30 fantasy points out of him, which is very respectable. Splits-wise, he has not faced the Mets this year. When he pitches on the road this year, he's got a 4.02, so he has been worse. We know the Mets on paper are a really good team, but they've been struggling mightily lately. But I do like Peralta for both, because let's just continue. Maybe they continue this struggle train. Then you got Clay Holmes, comes in with a 2.97, a very surprising starting ERA of 2.97. But he has not hit value for a while. He did against the Colorado Rockies. You should. They're the worst team in the history of everything. Went 6 innings there. But outside of that, like 21.9 against the Cubs back on May 9th, like he has not hit the value that we need. We look at his splits when he's pitching at home, he does have a worse ERA of 3.13. If I'm taking one, it's probably going to be Freddie Peralta. But let's look at the bats in this one, because those bats are in a good spot as well on both sides. So Milwaukee bats against Clay Holmes. Again, no one's done anything. But against righties this year, I'm looking at Christian Yelich. Would not be surprised if he goes deep in this one. I'm looking at Jackson Churio for sure. I'm looking at William Contreras. If he starts, if he's not, Eric Haase. I don't mind him either. If you want 2 more to make a full stack, I would look at Rhys Hoskins. And I'm probably looking at Bryce Turang. If we're looking at the Mets bats against Peralta, Lindor has a home run, Soto has a home run, Starling Marte has a home run. Soto's 1 for 10 though. Against right-handed pitching, they do hit righties better though. So if you think he's going to struggle, you got Pete Alonso batting 318 with 15 home runs against righties. You got Lindor batting 263 with 12 home runs. Nimmo batting 262 with 12 bombs. A couple more to make a full 5-man stack. Soto with 16 home runs. Number 5, I'm probably taking a hard look at Starling Marte would be a cheap option. Brandon Nimmo, probably one of my favorite bats of the day, though, overall, not just in this game. So the next game we've got going on, we've got the Angels at the Braves. We've got rain yet again. Got Tyler Anderson going up against Didier Fuentes. Now, Fuentes overall this year, 5,700, cheap, got a 10 ERA. Game log, he started twice, 1 against the Mets, 1 against the Marlins. Now, he is going up against the Angels. They do strike out the second most out of any team, but I do not trust Fuentes here. Maybe at 5,700, we could look at him, but he's only gone 5 innings once, went 3.1 there, just got lit up. You could throw Fuentes in there in hopes that he goes 5 or 6 innings and gets 6 or plus strikeouts with no earned runs, but that might be a hard task to do. And rain being a concern, it's definitely something to look at. Then you got Tyler Anderson going up against the Braves, 6,300, 4.41 ERA this year. Value-wise, he really has not hit value. Hasn't hit 20 plus since May 6th. And he's only hit it 2 other times before that. Other than that, it's been kind of up and down and blah against teams that he should do well against. Splits-wise, he has not faced the Braves this year. When he pitches on the road, he does have a 6.26. So he is worse on the road. That's kind of what I feel like is going to happen. I don't like the pitching in this one. I'd rather take the bats, just like the other games that we've already talked about today. But let's look at these and kind of get an idea of what to expect. So we look into this. You got the Angels against Fuentes. Obviously, never faced him before, but he has struggled this year. Against righties, they are hitting pretty good. Zach Neto, if he is in there, 291 batting average with 8 bombs. Okay, I like that. Joe Adell, 247 with 14 bombs. I like that. Mike Trout, he's only batting 236, but he's been pretty good since coming back from the IL. I would look at him. I want a full stack here of the Angels, so I'm looking at Taylor Ward, and I'm probably looking at Logan O'Hoppe as well. He's only batting 214 against righties, but got double-digit home runs there, which is what I want. Then the Braves bats against Anderson, like Ozzie Albies, 4 for 6. 3 of those hits are home runs. I would look at him. Austin Riley has a home run. I would look at him. Acuna has a home run. I would look at him. Verdugo, 375 batting average. Those would be the 3 that I'd look at right now. You want a cheap catching option if he's in there. Drake Baldwin could be cheap. Really just depends if he gets in there as a start. And that's probably where I'm looking at in this game. There might be more. You maybe go Matt Olson's got 4 home runs against lefties this year, but he also batted .289. So he has hit lefties better than he has hit righties, which is a reverse splits guy, and that's completely fine. We do not reverse split shame in this channel. So the keyword of the day is going to be pickle. It's pickle again. Because I've got dill pickle sunflower seeds. I've got spicy dill pickle sunflower seeds. I don't know where they're at, but they're delicious, and I want some more. So we look at the next game. You got the Guardians at the Cubs. It's the Windy City we know. It's Gavin Williams versus Matt Boyd. Matt Boyd is expensive. He's averaging 17.5. Splits-wise, he has not faced the Guardians this year. This is his team he pitched for last year. So this is where I say be cautious. Now, I know Matt Boyd comes in. Overall, his career, 96 plate appearances, 279. He's been decent against them. Pitching at home, he's got a 241. But Cleveland took a shot on him last year when he came back from injury. It's the same team. It's the same scouting department. They know what he likes to pitch, when he likes to pitch it. I always go against that. So just like on Sunday's video, I took the Yankees against Severino because, again, he's been in their system. He already got lit up by them the first time. They did it again. I feel like that could be the exact same thing here. I could be wrong, but that is where my mind immediately goes to. Then you got Gavin Williams. In his career, 5 plate appearances, 400 batting average. So he's not done much against them. This year, coming off a bad start against Toronto, 21.9 against Cleveland or against San Francisco, been kind of very inconsistent for him. And the way the Cubs have been hitting, it scares me a little bit. Gavin Williams, when he pitches on the road this year, 3.63 ERA, 7 starts, giving up 21 walks, 33 Ks, 5 home runs. He's very consistent with how he is at home and on the road. So maybe it just comes down to what the opponent is. So we'll look at that. We'll look at the bats. We'll look at everything here to just kind of see. Now, Guardians against him. J-Ram, 3 home runs. Okay. Batting .333. Carlos Santana has a home run. Lane Thomas has a home run. Again, they know what he's going to want to throw. I would look at J-Ram, batting .381. I would look at Angel Martinez, batting .302. I would look at Carlos Santana, 3. 4, if I'm going to stack, that's tough. I don't know if I can do a full stack. I think I'm just going to go those 3 right now. After 20,000 sims, maybe more of those bats jump up. Cubs bats, Michael Busch is 1 for 2. That one hits a home run. Against righties, though, this year, I'm looking at Michael Busch, who's got double-digit home runs. Looking at Pete Crow Armstrong, who's got double-digit. I'm looking at Kyle Tucker batting .303 with double-digit home runs as well. We've also got Suzuki with 14 bombs, Ian Happ with 10, Dansby Swanson with 10. A full stack here. I'm looking at full stack on both sides. I don't want the pitching whatsoever. We've got pitching in other games that we can go over. Speaking of that, we've got the Orioles versus DeGrom. DeGrom has been absolutely phenomenal this year. Charlie Morton versus DeGrom. DeGrom coming in 10,300. He's very expensive. We know that. We are aware of that. We are taking that into consideration. Coming off, he just faced this team his last start. 7, and usually I'm like, oh, they just faced. I don't really want to go that direction. I do. DeGrom, 31.95 at Baltimore. Now it's in Texas. He went 7 innings, 7 Ks. Against Pittsburgh, he went 6 innings, 7 Ks in that one. Against Washington, 7 innings, 8 Ks. We're looking like 7 to 10 strikeout is probably the range for DeGrom. I love this matchup for him. That's what I'm looking at. Charlie Morton coming in. Game log wise, just faced them his last start. 7.505 fantasy points. Went 5 innings, 3 earned runs. The strikeouts were low. He did have 10 home runs against the Angels. He kind of had a little strong start there. 10 to 17 to 19 to 28. But then he kind of came back down, then went up to 31, 25. Been decent. Texas, I mean, they didn't put up a ton of runs, but I don't think I want to pay $6,500 and get 7 fantasy points again. Just not what I want to do here. He's got a 5+ ERA, 5.5+ ERA. I would be looking at DeGrom. I'm not looking at Baltimore. And then Texas bats against Morton. No one has a home run. Against righties this year, they're hitting better. So we're looking at maybe a Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Josh Smith, my top 3. You want a couple more to stack against him. Evan Carter, Adolis Garcia, I'm okay with. So I'm 100% on DeGrom. I'm not on Morton. I'm not on Baltimore. I am on Texas bats a little. Then we got Houston at Colorado. It's always a little concerning when it's in Colorado. We know the Coors effect. We know that's a real thing. You got Colton Gordon versus Dollander. No, neither has faced each other before. The price-wise, I'm not really looking at that. You could look at Colton Gordon just because he's going up against Colorado. He's 7,000, mid-tier. In Coors, anything can happen. I would rather go Colton Gordon and the Astros bats. I don't trust Colorado. Like I said earlier, they're going to be historically the worst team in the history of baseball when the season's over. Right-handed pitching, Isaac Paredes batting with double-digit home runs. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Christian Walker. I'm looking at Jose Altuve. Those are my top three. But if you do want to stack fully, Yonder Diaz makes number 4, and I'm probably looking at Jeremy Pena or Cam Smith to round out that top 5 there. Again, it's Coors. Your bats in Coors are going to be very expensive. It should not come as a surprise there. I don't want Dollander. You could throw Dollander for tournaments, but I highly doubt I even come close to that. So we got San Francisco at Arizona. We've got Zach Gallen versus Hayden Birdsong. Gallen coming in. He's having a weird year this year. You can see he's not hit value since June 3rd. It's been almost a full month. It was against Atlanta. Went 7 innings there with 4 Ks. The strikeouts have been low for him recently. He did have that 8-game strikeout against the Mets. It's been a weird year. I don't know if I trust him. And when you look at his splits at home, a 6.29 ERA at home. And then you got Birdsong coming in, coming off negative 8.4 against Miami. I took him on my season long, and I took him for DFS. That's where, when I tell you sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, we were wrong on that one. I thought he had a good matchup there, did not. And that was at home, which is wild. Because you look at his splits, his home splits are a little bit worse now. But yeah, it's a pitcher's ballpark there. He has not hit value there. I'm off of the pitching in this one. I'm looking at the bats completely. I don't think that should come as a surprise. I guess it could, but it shouldn't. That's my coffee from this morning. It's cold, but I have nothing else to drink, and I didn't want to pause the video. So, bear with me. So we got the Giants and the Diamondbacks. I'm looking at bats. You do have Patrick Bailey with a home run. You've got Jung-Ho Lee with a home run. That is it for that. For home run wise anyway. But if you dig into the right-handed pitch, you can see green on screen means good. They hit righties very well. So Elliot Ramos is probably my number 1. My number 2 is probably Mike Yastrzemski. 3 would be Rafi Devers. If we need a couple more against Gallen, 4, Casey Schmidt. 5, I'm probably looking at Wilmer Flores to round that out. And then Arizona bats against Birdsong. Suarez has 2 home runs. Ketel Marte has a home run. Against right-handed pitching this year, they are absolutely smashing. I would look at Marte. I would look at Josh Naylor if he's in there. I'm looking at Eugenio Suarez. Those 3. Okay. If Randall Grichuk gets in there, he should be a cheap option. I would look at him, number 4. Number 5, I'm probably looking at Gerardo Perdomo. Only batting .235, but could get in there and have a good game for us. So that's what I'd look at there. I don't like the pitching. Overall, pitching's like not the best. The 2 top pitchers are in the early slate of course. Then we've got the Royals at the Mariners. You got Michael Lorenzen versus Emerson Hancock. Lorenzen, 42 plate appearances. Not a ton there. And then Hancock, 14 plate appearances, 286. Lorenzen coming in, game log wise, really hasn't hit value in 3 starts since the White Sox start, where he went 6 innings and 7 Ks. Splits wise, he has not faced the Mariners this year. The Mariners do strike out the 5th most out of any team, though. So you could use that information. When he pitches on the road, he's got a worse ERA. That's that. And then Emerson Hancock comes in, has not faced the Mariners or Kansas City much. Comes in with a 5.30 ERA. When he pitches at home, he's got a 5.76. Game log wise, I mean, he did well against Cleveland, 7 innings, only 4 Ks, but got 25.95. 20 there against Baltimore, so not much. Other than that, he really, the other game was against Boston where he did well. 6K you could always throw on, as a secondary pitcher just in case. But I think I'd rather go the bats in this game. The pitching just not much going on. Against Emerson Hancock, you do have Bobby Witt with the home run. That's it. But against righties this year, I'm looking at Pascatino. I'm looking at Bobby Witt Jr. I'm looking at Kyle Isbell for a cheap option. Those would be my top 3. A couple more, maybe Maikel Garcia, maybe Jonathan India, if you could get in that situation. I don't know if I'm going to use India, though. Seattle bats against Lorenzen. Cal Raleigh has a home run. Donovan Solano has a home run. J-Rod has a home run. Cal Raleigh's due for a home run when I say he's going to hit one. I think he's going to hit one here. 20 double-digit home runs against right-handed pitching. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at J.P. Crawford. I'm looking at Jorge Polanco. Those would be my 3. For 5, you could go maybe a Luke Raley or a J-Rod to end it there. And then the final game on the slate, you've got the White Sox at the Dodgers. You've got Shane Smith versus Yamamoto. Yamamoto comes in. Obviously, he's a stud. He's got a great matchup here. Never faced the White Sox before. Comes in with a 2.61 ERA. Coming off 26 fantasy points in Coors. We love that. Only went 5 innings, though. Only 56 pitches. I don't know why. Oh, rain delay. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, he was dominating, and then that rain delay comes in. That's why you want to always read what's going on. So he had 26 fantasy points in 5 innings. Just imagine had he continued without the rain. They did bring his price down because it was Coors. Now it's back up to 10,800, but he does have a good matchup here. When he pitches on the road, he's better. When he's at home, it's 371, but it is the White Sox. I'm looking at Yamamoto there. And then Shane Smith. I don't think many people are going to be on him because he is going up against the Dodgers. Is coming off back-to-back really bad starts, negative fantasy points. But 18.1 against Houston at 7,700 is sneaky. Other than that, though, I mean, a good game against Minnesota. 3.38 ERA. Tournaments, I'm okay with that. Probably not much going on outside of that, though. Does scare me just a little bit. So if we look at that, Yamamoto, he's obviously never faced him before. If you're going to go against him, against righties, Kyle Teal, maybe, Miguel Vargas, Benintendi, but I'm probably going Yamamoto. And then the White Sox, or Dodgers bats against Shane Smith. Again, neither pitcher has seen the team before, but against righties, they are very good. Freddie Freeman batting 332 with 7 bombs. Max Muncy batting 288 with 11 bombs. Should still not be the starter for the All-Star game. It should be Manny Machado, but the fan vote is terrible. I would look at those two. I would look at Will Smith batting 309 with 6 bombs. You're going to go a 5-man stack here. You could look at Tommy Edman batting 255, Andy Pajes, or Shohei Ohtani. Obviously makes sense there as well. And there you have it. That is the main slate completed. We've done the early slate. We've done the main slate. It is now time to give you guys all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 20,000 simulation. Now, the record is 38. Yesterday, we had, was it 6? We have more than 6, but we don't have a ton today. Through 10,000 sims, here we go. Number 1, they've got Ohtani. Ohtani's number 1. Number 2 is Ronald Acuna Jr. 3 is Bobby Witt Jr. 4 is Kyle Tucker. 5 is Ketel Marte. 6 is Isaac Paredes. 7, Geraldo Perdomo. 8, Juan Soto. 9, Matt Olson. 10, Freddie Freeman. 11, Maikel Garcia. 12, Jonathan India. 13, Nolan Schanuel. 14, Jose Ramirez. 15, Sal Perez. And 16 is J.P. Crawford. So we have 16 10 out of 10 matchup ratings through 10,000 simulation. You guys need to see more than that. You want to see all 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to negative 10 out of 10. Make sure you sign up for FTA Plus. Go to the MLB tab right here and go to the matchup tool. All of that will help you out immensely today, tomorrow, and forever. You guys know that. So there's that. We are now going to do the pitches be crazy, where we look at the bottom 5 teams that strike out the most, and we look at the pitchers going against them. I don't necessarily agree with all of these, but this is what we're doing. We've got Colton Gordon at Colorado. The Rockies strike out 9.90 times per game, 9.48 at home. Didier Fuentes versus the Angels. Angels strike out 9.73 times per game, 9.53 out on the road. Number 3 is Brady Singer at Boston. Boston strikes out 9.29 times per game, 8.33 at home. 4 is Kevin Gossman versus the Yankees. Yankees strike out 8.92 times per game. They're striking out 8.33 at home. Or or Gossman is 4 versus the Yankees, 8.92 times per game, 9.83 on the road for the Yankees. And then number 5 is Michael Lorenzen at Seattle Mariners. Mariners strike out 8.87 times per game, 8.97 at home. So I'm okay with a little bit of Colton Gordon, whether or not you're doing sports betting or DFS. I'm okay with Brady Singer a little bit. That's it. Like, I don't enjoy the other ones as much. Maybe that'll change after 20,000 sims. We'll see. But as of now, I don't love that. Then we're going to do our Makin Bacon. So what we do here is we look at upwards of like 10 to 15 batters we think could get 2+ bases for you today. And then you can parlay some of these together. Sports bets. You can use them for DFS. And then we look at pitchers and strikeouts there. So looking at batters, number 1, Jarren Duran versus Brady Singer. I do like him for 2+ bases. Kerry Carpenter versus Trevor Williams. Bobby Witt Jr. is number 3. Number 4 is Riley Green. Number 5 is Wilyer Abreu. 6 is Elly De La Cruz. 7 is CJ Abrams. 8 is Aaron Judge. 9 is Jose Altuve. 10 is Ronald Acuna Jr. 11 is Shohei Ohtani. And 12 is Gleyber Torres. So we do have 12 that we think could get 2+ bases there. You could also parlay that into a couple of them together. You could do hits, you could do RBIs, you could do a mashup. But those are some of the bats that I'm targeting early. And then strikeout-wise, Joe Ryan, if you can find a line for 7+ strikeouts, I'm okay with that. Yamamoto, 6+ strikeouts. Skeens, 6+ strikeouts. Gossman, 6+ strikeouts as well. Freddie Peralta, 5 or 6+ strikeouts against the Mets. And finally, Max Fried versus the Blue Jays, 5 to 6+ strikeouts is what I would target for him. So that's what we've got. If you have any questions for the day, definitely check us out. You can email us down below, dfshelp1@gmail.com. You can hit us up on our absolutely free Discord, which is in the description of this video. You can check us out in this video. You can do it there. But yeah, that's what I've got. I probably would answer the quickest via email, but it just depends. So let's have a great day. Thursday, we got PGA. And then we do have a week off of MMA. So we've got MLB this entire week. We've got NASCAR on Sunday. We got PGA Thursday. And Saturday, we do not have MMA this week. They are skipping to next week. So that's what we've got. Inching closer to NFL. Cannot wait. Let's have a great Tuesday. Good luck. And as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.